Whatever you're feeling right now is coming 100% from thought. It's not me that's doing anything to you. I'm just doing what I'm doing. This is what I do, right? What's happening is your experience of this is created by thought. Whenever I feel angry, I train myself to realise that I am doing it to myself. So I'm saying what you've experienced now, the anger you experience, you experience because of the thoughts about what I was doing.
You put that down and fucking chuck it in the bin.
You're going to chuck it in the bin?
You do not have rights.
You're going to chuck it
outside the premises. Okay, you've said what you've got to say now. Fuck off.
I know it's not the dumb thing to do what I'm doing right now, I admit that, right? But I feel like there's an elephant in the room that we're just not speaking about, and we need to start speaking about it. And that is, it's not really an elephant more, it's more like kind of chicken, a cow, and a lot of them actually, pigs and lambs and ducks, which you guys are all basically, you're kind of complicit in their torture, murder, and then they get dismembered, and then you eat them. I know it all looks very civilised here. I know it all does look on the outside, but actually what you're doing is you're basically paying a hitman to kill your animals because you've got no guts to kill them yourselves, yeah? You're paying a hitman to kill and torture animals, and then you're just munching on them because you like the taste. I mean, seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, do you hate chickens that much that you're prepared to do that to them? Do you know what I mean? I feel kind of neutral about chickens. I don't want to aspire to spend any of my life with them, but I don't hate them that I'm going to torture them and kill them. This man has now said that he's had enough and he doesn't want me to annoy his customers, but he's quite happy if I annoy any other customers slightly along there. Didn't you?
Speak up on the bridge where most
up on the bridge?
Over there.
I don't really listen to that all day, man.
You don't want to listen to all
I'm here
that?
for a holiday.
You're for a holiday?
Go somewhere else.
Fed up. Move it on.
People get sick of me, you know.
What's that?
You're very close to me, mate.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
sorry,
You know what I mean? You're annoying people.
Yes.
Right, so I'm moving you on.
You're moving me on?
Please go up there where you're
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm being moved on for annoying people by a random bloke. Am I?
Yeah.
Am I? Oh.
Go and stand in the toilet.
See you later. Okay?
Hooray!
Or I call the
Hooray, children! Hooray! You're pushing me now.
He's nicking your bike.
I know. Yeah, you mustn't steal people's bikes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, did anybody witness that? No. No? You didn't witness that? Nothing happened? No.
You do not have rights.
You're going to chuck
come
out
outside the premises. Okay, you've said what you've got to say now. Fuck off. And I don't care if you're recording me.
Right.
I'm absolutely sick to death. You've got a point. I'm happy. My child's a vegan. Make your point up there in the public space, not outside someone who's trying to make a living. All our meat has got heritage. We know where it all comes from. It's all killed humanely. We don't sell as humanely as legally it is. Okay, you have a different belief. Go and walk outside McDonald's and do it there, please.
I do.
Well, fine. There are multiple. Okay, a multinational company. We're individual traders. We trade. You know, we do everything we can within the limits of what we can do.
I'm tempted to have a biscuit. What shall I do? They're giving away free sugar here. What do you think? I should go for it?
I have to leave the market, it's private property.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently I'm going to have to leave the market, it's private property.
Great.
Can I say, I just love your fancy dress outfit. Brilliant. Have you always wanted to do this? When did you first decide you wanted to be borough market security? Were you little? It's a recent thing, a recent development? Because I just want to say, you really have taken an effort to look like you've got authority, when we all know that you don't actually have any more authority than that woman over there in the pink shorts. You have as much authority as you, madam. Sorry about that.
It's private property.
And if she came up to me and she said, sorry, it's private property, just because she's got pink shorts on, or you've got a high-vis jacket, that's absolute nonsense. This is not private, this is a public place.
It's not a public place, this is private property.
Who owns it?
It's Charities. Trustees.
Who owns it?
Charities. It's
Who?
private
What?
property.
Which charities?
I'm
Which
not
charities?
gonna- I'm
Who
not
owns
gonna
it?
go into
If
this.
it's private, you've got to tell me who
Are you
owns
with
it.
him?
He doesn't even
I'm
know
a friend
who
of
owns it.
his, yes.
Sorry?
I am a friend of him.
Right, you need to leave the market or we'll contact the police.
What was that?
We've got to leave or he'll contact the police.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's now told
It's not a
me
protest.
that he's going to contact the police.
What do you think I'm
Have you
doing?
got permission
No,
to
what
be
do you
here?
think I'm
Listen,
doing? Do I need permission to be here?
Yes, you need permission to be here.
From
doing
who?
this.
From who?
From the management.
Who said?
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's all getting interesting now. We've got 3 of these guys dressed up.
1 second, 1 second.
Let's get off the
Hey,
mark.
hey, 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 hey! 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 What?
I'm about to tell you again, I'm going to get off the mark. Get off the mark, please. Get off the mark.
They're not very friendly around here, are they? Oh, what about the bike, Danny?
Excuse me, I don't know what's going on here, but something just struck that and it struck a girl's leg. Whose leg? It's a lady walking up there. It struck her leg.
So it hit someone. Does that happen often?
No, that's the first. That's the most extreme thing that's ever happened to me.
Enlightenment and entertainment from the sun. Enlightenment. Have you ever seen a sun reader? Children, don't forget to question everything, especially if an adult says it. Ask your teachers if they know what's really going on. If they say yes, they're lying to you. Will the owner of a black Rolls Royce, registration JB16UKR, stop being so flipping pretentious? If I was coming for a coffee, I'd be important? Oh, okay. But until such times, I understand I'm not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, we are opposite Guy's Hospital, which is one of many drug-dealing joints. It's basically the equivalent of a crack house for people on things like opioids. They will give you loads of drugs there. Whatever's wrong with you, if you need some drugs, hospital is a great place to get drugs.
Are you going to heaven? I don't accept Jesus, but I'm going to hell.
Everywhere you look, they've got drugs packaged up in bright colours. Calpol, they even sell Calpol. They get mothers to give their children drugs. I do need to carry on what I'm doing, but take down my email and you can put all your points to my management team.
Try and contain your imagination.
The reason I wouldn't press charges in this situation is because I believe a lot of what the police and the courts do is illegitimate. I believe many of the laws are illegitimate. And there's a simple test, and that is, if any of us would behave in the way that police behave in any situation, how would we regard that? So in this case, he pushed me a couple of times and smashed my megaphone, which cost £40 to replace. He didn't cause any injury to my body, just to my property. Imagine if my response at the time would have been to extort his name and details from him, threatening him with kidnap if he didn't give me them, then force him to come in front of my friends to judge him, causing him loss of earnings of a few half days, possibly full days, then extort maybe up to £800 out of him if we found him guilty or if he admitted he was guilty of being a bad boy, slander him by putting him on a list of bad people, and potentially put his job in jeopardy and cause him all sorts of huge stress by dragging him through my court system, so to speak. That would be, in my opinion, completely disproportionate, and therefore my getting someone else to do it, in this case someone in uniform, would be just as unethical. His boss has actually offered me a megaphone to replace the one that he broke. Please consider very carefully before you involve the police in any situation. They very often make things worse for everyone involved. And it would also have made things more dangerous for me, because he would have then had a huge grudge and resentment towards me, and rightly so. I hold zero resentment towards him. It can't be much fun working in Borough Market in security, and I don't know what pressures he's under both at work and in general in his life. I lose my temper too at times, but we need to be really careful in public because there's cameras everywhere, and he knew that he was being filmed, and it was foolish of him to do that whilst knowing he was being filmed. I'm just grateful that I've never been seriously injured, because disobeying people in our society can be very dangerous, and people get very sensitive and very angry when you don't do what they tell you to do. The worst response that I've had from my experiments over all the years has always come from the minority of police officers who themselves have pressed charges against me, usually for some ridiculous thing, as many of you know. And although I've never been convicted, I have been through the court system many times, and each time it is far more traumatic than having a megaphone smashed.